For decades, Carol Burnett was Hollywood's beacon of warmth, the woman who could make an entire nation laugh with nothing more than a raised eyebrow, a whispered line, or a perfectly timed gasp. To millions, she was kindness made visible, a performer incapable of ego or malice. But behind that iconic smile lived a woman who had endured betrayals, insults, and private wounds that only a few insiders ever witnessed. Now, in her 90 seconds, Burnett has quietly revealed the handful of men whose actions she never forgot. And among them was one whose betrayal cut deeper than any headline. In the 1,970 seconds, the Carol Burnett Show was more than entertainment. It was a weekly ritual in American homes, built on the electric chemistry between Burnett and her co-star Harvey Korman. Off-camera, they were close friends, but by 1974, tension began to grow as Harvey's mood shifted from charming to volatile. Some believed he resented that the series carried Carol's name, and when a minor lighting mistake triggered a furious outburst in rehearsal, he snapped, "Even Carol doesn't notice." That was the moment she had enough. Calm but firm, she told him, "If you can't respect everyone here, you don't need to be here." He stormed out. Headlines exploded. And although he returned days later apologizing, their bond was never the same. Behind the scenes, her marriage to producer Joe Hamilton was collapsing too. Once her partner and protector, Hamilton became controlling as the show grew. Rumors of an affair circulated, but Carol stayed silent until discovering he had secretly started a production company in his own name, registering concepts born from her work, including Mama's Family. When she confronted him, he coldly replied, "It's business, Carol." That betrayal ended the marriage. She filed for divorce in 1983, endured a brutal legal battle, and years later sent white flowers to his funeral with a simple, elegant note. "I wish you peace." Even Hollywood's elite delivered wounds. In 1968, at a Beverly Hilton ceremony, Cary Grant publicly ridiculed her show, dismissing her humor as overacting. Carol replied evenly, "Maybe people prefer laughing with real folks rather than with perfection," then walked away. The moment made headlines, and though Grant later admitted privately she intimidated him, she refused to ever work with him. Another sting came from someone she barely knew, SNL creator Lorne Michaels, who refused to invite her to host for nearly 50 years, dismissing her as old television. When asked about it at age 90, she simply said, "I guess they didn't need me, and I didn't need them either." And then came the modern insult. Seth MacFarlane's crude Family Guy parody of her beloved charwoman character, which prompted Burnett to file a lawsuit not for money, but for dignity. Though the court ruled against her, public opinion overwhelmingly supported her, and she walked away with her legacy, untouched. Through every betrayal, insult, and mockery, Carol Burnett never lost her grace. In the end, her silence, dignity, and strength spoke louder than any feud ever could.